It's a special edition of the show today, episode 18, the day before a special holiday here in the United States and around the world, Memorial Day, and the week before the North American Grip Sport Championship. Alan and I are ready to serve you and cover the latest. It's This Week in Grip. All right, everybody, this is Jedd here with Alan. It's This Week in Grip, episode 18, the day before Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, Alan. How's it going, dude?
Things are going good. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Real good, real good. Hey, just want to remind everybody you're doing a great job on the hashtagging. We are well up over 200 hashtags this week in Grip. In fact, today it was 222 posts. 222 on Instagram for This Week in Grip. So keep up the good work, everybody. And don't forget, guys, hit the thumbs up button on the video. That really will help out the cause for Grip. And remember, guys, don't forget, the first rule of Grip Sport is you tell everyone about Grip Sport. So, Alan, I know it's a day early as we record this, but when this gets up there, it's probably going to actually be Memorial Day. So I thought what we would do is a little moment of silence for all of our fallen comrades that have paid the ultimate price in battle of wars for our country around the world. You think that's a good idea, big boy?
I think so. Yep, let's do it.
All right, let's do that right now. Here we go, folks. Moment of silence for Memorial Day. All right, everybody, thank you for joining in on that moment of silence there. And by the way, guys, if you hear like a moment of silence during the call, that's really the only official one that we were going to do today, but every so often the recording software likes to put out like a blank 5 seconds with no audio, even though Alan and I are actually talking. So my apologies ahead of time. And then saying something today, making a fine point, and I'll probably walk over him. So apologies to Alan ahead of time. Alan, dude, what have you been up to, bro? How's that calf? Let's hear it, brother.
Oh, good. It's getting a lot better. I saw a therapist this week. She thinks I'll be good to go in about another week or so. Real happy with the progress. They had me jumping around and stuff on it, so looks like I'm about back to normal anyway. So it
cool,
at least it hadn't slowed me down on the grip work at all. So that's the bright side to everything, I guess. But yeah, getting back there. So
great,
how about
man.
you? You getting all wound up for nationals?
Yeah, I'll tell you, dude. I usually would have trained last week, but I had softball practices on both days. I had games all through the week and some other stuff going on. So I actually didn't do much grip work last week, and I would normally take the last week off here just for a deload, and I think I'm going to get a bonus week of deload week pretty much because there just wasn't really a good way to get any work in over the last week. So that happens sometimes, and that's why you want to just be consistent with your training, as much as you can throughout the year and at the beginning and through the middle of each cycle because, sometimes stuff happens and you just got to roll with it. So, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm going to make basically split the drive up for 2 days for nationals, so I'm not in the car. Dude, it's like 14 to 16 hours to get down to Nashville from where I'm at. So, dude, I've made that trip before. I've done 14 and 16 hours, on several occasions, but it's always been with somebody else driving, and we would split it up and stuff like that. And I just don't want to do that all by myself, so I'm actually going to split it up over 2 days.
That would be a brutal drive. I did that Nashville stretch down to Gil's place. It was like Well, it wound up taking me about 12 hours, and I did that by myself, and that was too much. So
Yeah.
Can't blame you one bit there. Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, you know what's funny is definitely a lot of grip training going on, like on the weekends. Wouldn't you say? Because it seems like there's always like a flurry of grip feats to cover every single weekend. Like sometimes the weeks are pretty slow, and then we see a lot of stuff coming up. Wouldn't you say that's been the case for the last few weeks?
That is almost always the case. That's where I get the bulk of my material from. Is typically Saturdays and then into Sundays right before we do the recording. It seems like a bunch of stuff suddenly comes through.
Yeah. Now, I didn't get a ton of feats this week, but I did grab something from a longtime online friend, from David Wigren, that I wanted to share regarding the European Grip Championships. And this is a pretty good lesson for everybody. And he says, don't let confidence be your downfall. Sure, if you want to be successful at anything, you have to have good confidence and believe in yourself. However, this picture illustrates a moment in my life where my confidence became my downfall. It was taken during the Silver Bullet event at the European Grip Championships that we covered last week in a lot of detail. Make sure to check out that show if you didn't listen to it. In the event, you are holding a gripper shut with a weight in between the handles for time. The longer the time, the better. I felt so strong holding the gripper shut, so strong, it almost felt like a toy in my hand. I could feel that it was going to be an amazing time, somewhere between 30 and 40 seconds. Knowing this invigorated me with enormous amounts of energy and confidence. I started shouting almost uncontrollably, shouting completely random stuff about how long I was going to hold it, how I'm the boss of gravity, how big this gave me a lapse in concentration. For a brief moment, I didn't squeeze the gripper hard enough, and the weight suddenly slipped out from between the handles. This happened 12 seconds in, way before I had even started to feel any sort of fatigue. Very embarrassing. And it goes on there, but that was from David Wigren. I thought that was interesting, and gee whiz, man, that's happened to me on occasion too, especially in training. On that Silver Bullet, it can be so deceptive and feel so light and easy, and then you get cocky and it drops right out of your hands. So I thought that was an interesting tale.
There is a good lesson there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Plus, I like reading. We actually, Alan, we got a thumbs down on last show. Did you see that? We got a dislike.
I did see that. Yeah. And I didn't see. Did any comments come through at all?
Not that I know of. I'd have to look. I can look at it when you're doing one of yours. I don't recall, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I had checked. Nothing was there last I'd looked.
Yeah, so maybe I read too much last week, but honestly, guys, this is coming from somebody that hates reading. Like, I basically have a learning disorder, and I can't stand to read. I know it's not as bad as people that have real reading disorders, okay? It's not a pity party for Jedd, but, I'd rather read 2 lines versus 2 paragraphs any day. And I actually enjoy reading for this. So if you don't get excited by my reading, I'm sorry, but I've actually got a bunch of other passages to cover today. So get used to it, guys. All right. Alan, what kind of stuff did you see contest-wise, man? Did you see that there were a bunch of contests over the weekend?
I saw there were some new ones posted that are going to be coming up.
Okay, what did you see?
Looks like so Oregon's Strongest Hands is back on. Looks like That's going to be on July 1st. So he had just, I'm not sure when he posted that. I think he posted that this week. And it looks like the events, it looks like everything has stayed the same. It was canceled, and now we're back at it. And cool. What I saw come through just last night was John McCarter's competition that he had posted, that he had first done last year, the Missouri Grip Challenge, Volume 2. It's going to be Saturday, September 9th from 9 to 5. Looks like 4 events. There's the flask one-hand pinch, 2-inch crusher, little bighorn, and the one-hands tips tester. And let's see if I can get to that here.
Yeah, there's an event page on Facebook. Look that up, and everybody will be able to join and stay abreast of new details.
Yeah, and it sounds like, I tell you, based off of off of the shenanigans they got into last year, with the flamethrower and stuff. That would be quite the competition to go to. So,
you know what? I have no idea what that's about. Like, I didn't catch any of that. They kept talking about a flamethrower, and I was like, what are you talking about? So what happened?
Well, I don't know who it was that they did that at JT Stroessner's place, did they not?
Yes, I believe so. And I know that JT has a flamethrower.
Oh, he does? Okay, he does have one. Well, apparently at some point at the end of this competition, this thing came out, and the guys got a chance to play with it for a little bit. So now that sounds like a ton of fun. I mean, that would be would be a first for me, using something like that. I'm into firearms and stuff. I've shot machine guns before, but never a flamethrower. So that's I think reason alone to make the trip down there. So
that's cool.
That's
cool.
Yeah. Yep. So, but it should be a good one. Yeah, it looks like no entry fees. They even have a challenge event in the end where you hold everything or you hold some grip implements for 1 minute. So it should be a good time.
Nice.
For anybody in that area, make sure you get that on your calendar.
Yeah. So
and those
again,
were
get your ass to one. All right. Cool. What else?
That was it for the competitions I had seen. I don't know if any others were recently posted or if anything else had happened, but that was all I got downwind of. So,
well, I have a couple things I wanted to. Yeah, I have a couple things I wanted to share. I saw that one of the Grip Tour of Britain contests took place yesterday, and I believe it's Cricieth, Criccieth, and that was David Horn ran that competition along with his wife Elizabeth. He says, I'd also like to thank my wife Elizabeth for her sterling work yesterday, recording and lifting with our baby on her back. Congrats to all lifters. You did great, and thanks to the organizers. This is a great event, and we hope to put on an even bigger show next year. That was Saturday, May 27th. It took place at the Cricieth Memorial Hall, High Street in Cricieth, Wales. Promoters were David Horn and Cricieth Memorial Hall. And if you go on David Horn's Facebook and probably also on his website, you'll be able to get the results. I just figured, I know there's going to be some world records that come out of that, so I thought we might save those until next week for some of the highlights. The other thing that I was going to mention is Todd Beecraft. If you're not in the Northwest Grip Enthusiast group and you're in the Northwest, I don't know what you're waiting for, brother. Get in there. He put up. He's been putting up updates about his contest, that little hybrid contest that he's having, the Northwest Strong Grip Championships, and he's calling it basically my organization's WrestleMania versus other ones. So make sure you check it out. I don't remember what all the events were, but there's going to be an arm-over-arm truck pull, and there's going to be like a car deadlift. But he's announced the divisions. Teen Open Men up to 155, 156 and over. Teen Open Women up to 135 and then 136 and over. Open Women lightweight up to 140, middleweight 141 to 190, heavyweight 191 plus. Open Men lightweight up to 175, middleweight 176 to 225, heavyweight 226 to 275, and super heavyweight 276. And then he's also got for Masters men and women, no weight classes for Masters divisions, only age brackets 40 to 49, 50 to 55, 56 to 60, 61 to 67, 68 to 74, 75 to 79, 80 to 84, 85 to 89, and 90 plus. And he also put up a picture of the heavy metal walk, which is basically like a duck walk, like a straddle type lift. The implement is going to weigh 138. They're going to be testing the implement out to decide the weights each class will be using. So there's going to be weight added to this. It looks almost like the weight gets put inside of this contraption. I've never used that before. I've used other waddles, and it was on loading pins. So don't know what to expect there. But it looks really cool. And if you're more of like a strongman guy and you want to do some grip, then this may just be your ticket, because you're not going to have to struggle through all of the tedious technique involved in some of the grip sport lifts. You'll be able to just really hoss it and rely on your horsepower. So check that out in the Northwest Grip Enthusiast group, and I think there may also be an event page for that, but I'm not sure. And then I also saw there's going to be a meet and greet on June 3rd at Golden Age Iron in Vancouver, Washington. Didn't get the time written down, but I believe Jared Gogan is organizing that. Alan, did you see that?
I did. I saw that. I don't have anything written down about it, but yep, I saw that he had posted that.
Yeah, it's going to be a little get-together for everybody. They should check that out for sure if they're not making the trip to Nationals, same day as Nationals. I saw an SJ4 update. Pretty much Nate Browse puts out an update about SJ4 every Friday. So with that coming up here pretty soon now, what are we, 6 weeks away from that or something, 6-8 weeks?
Yeah, about 7. Yeah, boy, I can almost taste those ribs already, though. Jeez.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. And you can almost breathe in that New Jersey air right now too, right? The smog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I'm getting excited.
You might as well write off your lungs right now, bro, because they're not going to be the same for a few weeks after your trip to Jersey. You ever been in Jersey before?
No, I haven't been. No.
And there's plenty of good reasons for that. But there's one good reason to go, and that's SJ4. So here's Friday's SJ4 update from this past Friday. Nate says, time is flying by. We have 2 new signups this week. Both are first-time gripsters, both with brutal grips. SJ4 welcomes Matt Cranebring, 120 kilos, who has simply worked out for years. And Clint Bailey Moneymaker, 120-plus kilos, a big guy with a beard life who lifts weights and forks. So excellent writing, excellent content from Nate and several other people this week. This brings SJ4's attendance to 55 people. With people on the fence and new gripsters, I have no doubt we will eclipse 60. Where we will end up, who knows? Thought I'd share my wife's first SJ4 shopping trip, and he put up pictures of the ribs that Alan was talking about. I guess 63 pounds of ribs. That is about it.
That's amazing. Yeah, well, if he gets too many more people signing up, they're going to have to make another trip back to the store.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Yeah, because I kind of like the 1 pound of rib a piece thing. That seems like a good amount. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I know that I could eat probably like 3 pounds right now. I'm so hungry, and I literally just ate like an hour and a half ago. So, yeah.
Let's talk about something else besides ribs, Alan. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I think we had a pretty awesome feat of the week. It took place over at Soronex Summer Strong. Chad Woodall's, holy crap. Dude, the double York 45 farmers walks.
Yeah, man.
If
people listening don't know Chad Woodall, he's without a doubt one of the, I mean, it goes without saying after he's done this feat, but he's one of the absolute best grip guys that's ever lived. That includes all ranks, whether it's NAGs, WAA, professional strongmen. I mean, Chad is literally one of the best. Great bender. He ended up being a great bender when he was bending. I mean, just amazing. So he pulled out. He did the double lift. He did the single pair carry, and then he did the double pair carry. Unbelievable. And it was like I was so shocked, dude, when we hadn't heard anything about that, because Chad always goes to Summer Strong. And I don't know if he went the day after or if I don't know. Do you know, like, was it still the actual Summer Strong that was taking place? Did he come in like after hours or what?
Yeah, it looks like, boy, I don't know, actually. It says, honored to have grip strongman Chad Woodall stop by the HQ today. He was able to lift 2 45-pound plates with each hand, then walk them 6 feet. Yeah, I guess maybe it wasn't necessarily the summer strong thing. It looked like everything was still pretty well set up at the very least. But yeah, I don't know I guess I don't know what the occasion was. I would have assumed it would have been for something like that, but
maybe he lined it up so that he could come in. I'm not sure, but you know, he was there when I was there in 2011. I know he's been there several times since then. I expected to see him do at least the double pairs last year. I was really surprised when he didn't do it, but I knew just from some of the videos that he sent me, and with the ease that he was lifting up various 45s, you know, late last year, I just knew that he was able to do the feat. It was just a matter of him crossing paths with the plates. So, yeah, man, big salute to Chad. Without a doubt, that's the feat of the week, no doubt.
Yeah,
feat of the year.
Now, is he on social media at all? Because I don't see him on Instagram. I think I looked for him on Facebook once. How do we keep track of this guy? Or is he just kind of send these clips out to people once in a while?
That's it, dude. He has no social media presence. He was on Facebook at one time, but that was back around like 2010, I think. And I think he has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't put anything up. He doesn't do Instagram or anything like that. He's just it's not that he's a private dude. I think he's just really focused on his family and his business. He's got the last I knew, he had a personal training business and his training. Yeah. So he just doesn't, he keeps to himself. It's not like he's a hermit or anything. He just doesn't, he's never been involved really with too much online. Every once in a while, you know, you'd see him make a post on the board, but he was never really super active. You know what I mean? He just kind of like, when he was competing, he found out what the events were, and he just trained them to get as good as he could at the events. So then he'd show up at the contest and generally do extremely well, usually win, and then you wouldn't hear from him again until there was another big contest. So, you know, I'll talk to him probably 6 to 10 times a year. He's always so nice. I consider him a good friend. Respect the guy, I mean, tremendously. Just a real good dude and excellent husband and father to his kids as well. So great guy.
Yeah, awesome.
In continuing with the Summer Strong vein, I had asked James Rodriguez, and this was before Chad disclosed the videos. I said, James, what went on down to Summer Strong, brother? Would you want to submit some information? So he went ahead and put up a post. He said he says, man, not too many guys were doing grip-related lifts, but Scott, me, and John Von Plinsky spent a lot of time in the area where all the vintage plates were. It really was great to see Richard's collection out there in view. Scott Johnson managed to double hub curl a set of Marcy 45s and lifted some Rogue 45s. I was able to clean and press the 45s by the hub with individual hands, but not together. I pinched Richard's York 45s a few times and did a suitcase lift with 35/45s. I missed on Richard's 158-pound inch replica, but had it up to my shin a few times. Andrew Derniat and Tex Henderson were able to pull the 173-pound anvil. Tex had no trouble with it. I had it off the ground about shin high a few times, but couldn't lock it out. I did 2 separate lifts by rim of the Zuver 200-pound plate and did 1 hold for about 10 seconds. I failed on it left-handed a bunch. Andrew and Tex each toyed with the inch, but were not able to transfer it. Everyone seemed to be off on blobs, but I didn't see Andrew make any attempts. He was able to transfer the 158-pound inch replica. Myself and another guy whose name I didn't get managed to pull the 149-pound anvil. John Von Plinsky pinched 2 35s and managed a good lift with a 140 anvil. That's all I remember now. It was a fun event, though, he says. So thanks a lot to James for writing that up and to everybody who has put out this cool information. It's really nice to hear this stuff when you're not able to get places. And I can't tell you guys enough, like these get-togethers, these, you know, Summer Strong type things, contests, man, guys, don't let these things go by. It's a great time. If you really like grip, you're going to have an awesome time. Even if you don't do well at a competition, I encourage you to sign up, because when you're involved in stuff and you're interacting with the lifters and things like that, man, you just have such a good time. It's such a great learning experience, and it's memories that you'll never forget, man. I'll never forget my first contest. I'll never forget the times I met up with people trained in parking lots, out behind buildings, stuff like that. It was just awesome back in the day. And, man, you don't want to let this stuff go by. What else, Alan?
Okay, let's see. So I guess one thing happened on the grip board here this week. I didn't catch a whole lot else. Josh Hensey certified MM0 with the GHP7, so congratulations to him.
I didn't see that. Congratulations.
Yeah, yep. So he's, onwards and upwards. I think I'd seen him. I could have swore I'd seen him post that in his training log, a close of that before, but maybe it wasn't enough to have submitted to actually get the certification or not. But so yeah, he's got some things out there. I didn't catch anything else new from Iron Mind. They hadn't posted anything recently. Let's see here. What else did we have? Oh, did you catch Cody Burns' little bighorn pull-ups by chance?
Yeah, he met up with a longtime friend of mine, Dave Depew. I don't know what was going on, why he happened to be out there, but it looked like they had a little grip get together of their own. And I don't know what all did he do with the pull-ups. I saw the still frame, but I didn't get a chance to watch the video.
It looked like he hit 19 pull-ups with the little bighorn. The video kind of cut out a little bit, but that's what I counted was 19. It looked like he wanted 20, but his it wasn't his grip that gave out. He just couldn't get it. He just couldn't lift himself up that one last time. So it's not often you see that the grip isn't the limiting thing there. No,
right.
He'll get it, but I don't know that I've seen anybody do that amount of pull-ups on a little bighorn before. So that was real impressive. Yeah, but then of course that inspired Adam Bushway, who turned around and went and did a one-handed bodyweight horn top hang. Did you catch that one?
Yeah, that just came up here. Yeah, a couple hours ago. He was hanging from his doorway there. Got a nice solid pause. There was no doubt about it, Great stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have no reason to think I could do a little bighorn pull up, but it does make me wish I had a second one right now.
Right.
To give a try. So yeah, no, that was awesome. Yep. And on the subject of pull-ups, Dan Fleming hit 3 reps on the flask. I don't know that I'd seen anybody pull off that many reps on that before either. So no. That's right up there. I like seeing a lot of these body weight grip type lifts going on. Even I'd be curious. I don't know if we've seen Evan Raftopoulos come out lately with anything like that, any flask lifts or anything. He does some work with some of those heavier. I can't even remember what manufacturer it is that make them, but it's based around climbing. If it's at, I don't know, True Ball climbing or something like that. But they have some large cylindrical things, almost like 4 inches in diameter. I caught him doing some hangs with that on Instagram the other day.
Wow.
But yep, amazing. So
he's phenomenal with that stuff. He really is.
Oh yeah, yep. And he seems like he can just do chins for hours.
Right.
Just never fatigues, yeah. Yep.
In jeans.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just walks up to any random thing, yeah.
It's like he's walking out to get the mail and someone installed a pull-up bar out here. Just hit a set of 10 each hand, one arm pull-up.
That's about how it looks, yeah. Yep. So.
Dude, I saw we got to keep an eye on Paul Savage, man. He did a 44.3 kilo pinch block lift over this last week, 97.6 pounds, dude.
Nice.
And this guy is quickly becoming a force. It's nice to see him putting out videos, and I hope he continues to do so, because these are some really big numbers. and I put down that Becca did a 110. I don't know if it's kilo. Was it 110 kilogram one-hand deadlift on a bar? Did you see that?
Yeah, that was 110 kilograms. What that was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Because I didn't put a unit down. I would have lost some credit in my math test back in 110 what? Dragonflies? Who knows what that is when you don't put the unit down? Gee whiz, what am I thinking here? Boy. You know what else I saw that I thought was cool from Paul and Becca, bro? They were doing like the Concept 2 rower, and instead of gripping the regular handle that you normally hold on to, they had a towel looped around there, and they were gripping a towel. Did you see that?
I caught that. Yeah. Yep. That's clever stuff. Yeah. Yep.
I thought it was a pretty cool idea. It's definitely not efficient because you can't it looked like it caused like lag almost or slack in the rope or in the in the cable or whatever. It looked like there was some slack there, so you don't get your same like metabolic stimulus. But I bet you could throw fat grips on that handle too and up the grip component of one of those and not create more slack in it. So that's right. A pretty good idea. That's a whole new chapter of grip training things that you can try with the Concept 2 rower, because you're looking at generating speed and power there. So some things are going to be really, really hard for you to do that on. Like imagine doing that with like anvil horns or some kind of horn shaped device. That would be really hard to do.
Right. Yeah, those things slip out of your hands. They sure bust up all that plastic pretty easy too, I'd imagine. Yeah, tall's probably safer bet.
Yeah. Let's see, dude. Let's talk about inch dumbbells for a minute. All right.
Okay.
I saw that Clay Edgin went back to, so he used to live in New Mexico. He lives in California now. And I saw a post where, basically I'll just read it again. Challenge dumbbells have been an integral part of iron history since the beginning. This is a replica of the Thomas Inch dumbbell, a 173-pound solid globe-style dumbbell with a 2 3/8 non-revolving handle. Now check this out. After a decade on loan at a friend's house, it's finally coming home to Santa Cruz strength. So I predict we're going to see some very cool things out of Clay Edgin with the inch dumbbell. I wondered for the last few years what he's been able to do on the inch dumbbell, because I know that he's owned this thing since the early 2000s. I mean, he was on the inch lift before the inch list, I think, before I was. And I haven't seen anything out of him for years, and now he's got it back in his possession. I guarantee you we're going to see some incredible feats out of Clay with the inch dumbbell once he gets some time back on that thing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that he was still doing much grip work anymore until I saw that he was over in Russia at that competition. Yeah. So I didn't even know what he was. I knew years ago he was climbing the Mash Monster ladder and had done a lot of other things, but then it seemed like he kind of moved on like a powerlifting thing, and then that was it. So, right. So good for him. Yeah, I look forward to that. I guess 10 years without that seems like a long time. But I
don't know what I'd do with myself if I didn't have an engine for 10 years. But he's got one now, brother.
Yep, looking forward to it.
And then, do you remember from several shows we talked about, I believe it's a Chinese lifter, perhaps Japanese, you have to bear with me there, but it's the Imasakazu guy.
Yes.
He had a blob. He had a blob in his on his Instagram, and it's IMASAKAZU. One more time, IMASAKAZU. He also got an inch dumbbell made, dude.
Yep, I saw that. Yeah.
And it looked like
nice looking one.
Yes, dude, and it looked like he broke it off the ground a little bit, man. He had the camera in one hand and went for an attempt in the other and broke it off the ground a touch.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Made in Japan. Inch dumbbell, it says. Boy, he didn't strike me as a very large person either. So yeah, to just reach right down and Yeah, nice. Boy, he's got a forearm on him, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely popped it off. Boy, I like the look of that blob, too.
Yeah, it really looks cool. And then in the last thing here about inch-style dumbbells, I saw a guy named Chip Conrad, and I think he tagged me on Facebook. He says, in a lucky turn of events, I was in Austin one week when I got a call from Terry Todd. Hey, Mark Henry's coming over to play with the inch dumbbell. Bring your camera. We had a lovely afternoon in the archives of the Stark Center watching the first man to ever clean it give a bit of instruction to a student from UT who had the potential hands to give it a go. Then we played with the famous Jowett anvil. So I don't know if this was just recently here that that happened, or if it was just a story that Chip told. I think it was in response to Clay's inch dumbbell post, but I thought that was pretty cool that a dude ended up, seeing Mark Henry play around with the inch dumbbell a little bit.
Well, that would be something. Nice.
Yep. And I'll tell you, dude, did you see that Tiger Woods put out a statement that his back has been feeling better than ever?
No, I don't follow Tiger Woods much. What do you have out there?
Yeah, and I don't either, but I just wondering if he started grip training or something like that and was able to correct some imbalances or something, because I've heard things, seriously, I've heard the lack of grip strength can end up working backwards into your shoulder. And, I've heard things about people with shoulder problems, once they strengthen their hands, their shoulder problems go away. So I'm just wondering if maybe, it could even backfeed further into the back. I don't know. Who knows? Just speculation on my part. Who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've never heard that. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna look that up. I'd like to hear a little more about that, actually. Oh.
Yeah. The other thing that I saw, just random stuff, but this is actually much more directly grip related. Somehow I was on Instagram. Every time I look, you just click the search thing on Instagram, and I'll find more gripsters every single time. And then I got onto this one random sports meme, and what are the vines, the quick videos that they put up, the vines. I saw an Instagram page called Brutal F-Ball, which is like brutal football, Brutal F-Ball, and it had a picture of a dude named Deshaun Watson. Don't know who he is, don't know anything about him. We could probably Google him. And he was playing catch. He was playing catch with a football, and he wasn't even using both hands. He was just catching the ball. It looked like someone was throwing it probably 75% speed, and he was catching it one-handed, and then just flipping it around in his hand and throwing it right back. And he did it over and over again.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've never seen, I've seen football players make one-handed grabs and stuff out of desperation, and it looks like they stick their hand up and they end up catching the ball that was thrown, errantly. I've seen that, but this guy literally caught it 3 or 4 times over and over with just one hand. It was pretty cool.
Nice. A full size, like NFL, like a regulation ball?
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Sweet. Huh. Oh, we darned.
Brutal F-Ball. There it is. Amazing football plays. Oh, crap. It says the account's private. I might have followed it and then got sick of their same stuff coming over and over and over, and I unfollowed. So, follow it if you want to. But, yeah, it was like a regular-sized football and everything.
Huh. Trying to look that up right now.
Yeah.
Brutal F-Ball.
Another feat. I mean, if Chad hadn't come out with the farmer's walk, double old school farmer's walk, this may have perhaps qualified for feat of the week. Big Iric put up a video of a 52-kilo anvil, and he was just toying with this thing, hand-to-hand transfers, really easily just manhandling this thing. I was pretty impressed by that. I don't know if you saw that video.
I did, yeah. Yep, he was whipping it around pretty good. Yeah, he's been on quite a tear lately. He just had one-hand pinch PR, it looked like, or at least maybe not a PR, but one thing he'd posted a 51.9K on the Euro. He had
right.
out there
Yep,
too.
I remember seeing that too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely,
So,
definitely on a roll. Yeah.
yep.
Hey, if you're still listening, everybody, go ahead and give the video a like. By the way, I'm just doing some last-second edits on my list before I get completely bed dry. But go ahead and hit the like the like icon for us. That'll help us out.
Hey, have you seen the middle finger lift everybody's been throwing out there lately?
Yeah, the double FU or whatever it is, the double bird or something like that. Yeah,
Yep.
I've seen it. You couldn't pay me to try it, but I've seen like a flurry of it. It was like the blob chuck for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't try it either. I just saw Mr. Wide Pinch fired one out there. I think Dave Mitty put one out there too. A couple of guys. So it's going around for whatever reason. So it doesn't look comfortable.
No.
Just walking over to an Olympic bar right now, and no, that isn't fun. I wouldn't want to do
and
that.
The thing is, man, I'm allergic to pain, and it's not so much the finger that's lifting, it's the fingers beside the finger that's lifting that are getting smashed into the bar that has always like been the downfall for me. Like, to be strong enough to pick it up is one thing, but to be able to tolerate the pressure on the back of the other two fingers, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm feeling that right now, and I don't even have any weight on this. Yeah, that isn't, good for those guys if they can pull it off. Yeah, that's not something.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay away from that one.
Yeah. I'll tell you
cool,
another one that's like big on pain tolerance. So, we might be able to turn this into a new section of This Week in Grip. Turn back the clock. Somebody put up a post of something that happened, dude, right when I got on the grip board or right when I got involved in grip training. It was Jim Wiley. You know the name Jim Wiley?
I don't. No. Nope, not at all.
Okay. So, you know how like most V-bars in competitions now are 2-inch V-bar?
Yeah.
And did you know that like for probably 5-6 years before 2-inch V-bar got popular, that it was all 1-inch V-bar?
Yeah, I'd seen a lot of old 1-inch V-bar lifts. Yeah, I heard some horror stories.
Right. So did you know that like there was one time where I kind of set a record of 261. Like the world record was 259 pounds or something like that for a while. And we were using uncalibrated plates. We weighed them after the competition and ended up that I didn't break the record. But anyway, 261 was the number, okay? I saw a picture of Jim Wiley from August of 2002 at the British Iron Grip Championships where he got a weight of 243 kilograms on the 1-inch V-bar. 1-inch V-bar, 240. Now, what you have to understand is, the way I led this off was the pressure on the fingers. For that lift, he was doing what's called a modified hook grip. And basically, you wrap your fingers around, then you put your thumb over top a couple of your fingers, and then you put more fingers over top of your thumb. So it's this big, like, skin stretch finger lock thumb hook lift on a vertical bar, and it allowed him to get 243 kilograms. Can you imagine that, dude?
No, that's like one of those things where you could do that once and then you won't be using that hand for a while, I would think. That's just got to smash.
Right. Yeah.
Grind it up something ugly.
Right. I don't know that it was like a competition lift. I can't remember whether or not it was contested in competition, that style of grip. But there were a lot fewer events back then, and 1-inch vertical bar was a lot more common. And then the variation was that hook grip. I think it was actually called the David Horn modified hook grip or something like that. And like if you just lifted the 1-inch vertical bar and then applied the modified hook grip to it, it was night and day. It was night and day. Like I just remember thinking, I know I can do so much more weight, like hundreds of pounds more on this lift if I did this, but I was always worried that I'd probably like tear something, like whether it's a callus or, underlying tissues, who knows. But I never tried it. But it used to be more commonly done every so often. And that was pretty cool because like that was one thing that happened maybe right before I got, aware of grip work. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's over 500 pounds. That's an amazing number.
Yeah, dude. For sure. Did you see Mattia Crispino, FBBC czar of all bastards?
No, I missed that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like an official cert or not, but it's a 25-64 7-inch round CRS. He bent it in double suede wraps. He said it wasn't his best bend, but I do think he finished it off. It might not have been under like authentic conditions or whatever, but I mean that's like a really big bend, and you don't hear a lot of people bending the czar of all bastards. So, good job, brother.
Yeah, on the subject of those type of bars, I thought, oh yeah, here it is. There's I don't know if you caught this one on Instagram. He goes by Guy Incognito 74. Posted a picture of a big sexa bastard. It looks like it snapped when he was trying to bend it.
Oh yeah, every once in a while you'll see that. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. I guess some of that metal must just be more brittle. I know like when you bend like screwdrivers, like they say if you use double overhand, make sure it's down by your chest and not by your throat, because I'm pretty sure Ben Edwards, you know that name, Alan? Ben Edwards?
I do. Yep.
Yeah, like I think he like stabbed himself in the throat when he was, this is probably 10 years ago at least, maybe more. And it was very brittle steel, and it snapped. It actually like slightly impaled his skin down by his throat.
Oh yeah, I saw. It was a while back, but EJ Livesey posted one over on the grip board. He was bending. It was some kind of a bolt. He was bending it, and it snapped. And I don't know. It looked like at the very least it contacted his neck. It didn't cut him at all or anything like that. But it looked like it could have turned into an ugly situation. Yeah, I can't even.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
boy.
It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary.
It is, because I didn't realize that stuff that people are bending. I can see how a screwdriver or a bolt, things that you're probably not supposed to be bending, might do that. But with this other stuff where it's like bent, commonly, for that to happen, that's a freaky thing. So,
yeah,
wrenches I don't know.
A lot of wrenches are famous for snapping. So like, I don't even recommend people like do the chest crush up near the throat like that. It's pretty tough. The only thing around that is if you like drape like a towel or something over the thing, and then maybe it would kind of catch the point. Because if you see those when they break, they're not rounded off. That's like jagged steel, like a broken glass beer bottle coming right at your throat.
Yeah.
So
No, I've not doing things like that, but I've broke like pipe wrenches at work before, and when those snap, it's spectacular. It's like a whole bunch of energy comes undone all at once. And I just, all your momentum goes in that. You could pop yourself pretty hard, I would imagine. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for
ugly
sure.
Stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Speaking of crazy bends, our friend Robert Najedli put up a dime that he bent into a taco shape with a 6x5 wrap on Instagram, I believe. Maybe no, it might have been Facebook actually. So there's another.
Oh, that one snuck past me.
Yeah.
Huh. I like
Pretty
watching all his stuff
man.
too, but that's too bad I missed that.
Yeah. I saw an interesting feat that you don't see very much. It was called the Whitley Get Up. It was from Andrew R. Dube, or Dube. I don't know how his last name is pronounced. Dube. I'm not sure. But he did a get up. You know what a Turkish get up is, right?
Yes. Yep.
And then with the Turkish get up, you have a kettlebell overhead. Well, instead of a kettlebell, he did a 107-pound axle, like an actual axle bar with like tires on the ends, 107 pounds, and then so once you get to like the position where you're on one knee, then he did a 10-pound slim sledge lever, which is where the sledge is laying like parallel to the ground, and then you lift it up, you lever it up with your wrist strength, and then stand up. It was pretty impressive, man. Like I think I tried that one time doing like maybe a barbell, just a barbell for a Turkish get-up. And it was really hard to balance, and it seemed like I always wanted to swing somewhere and like rip my shoulder out of joint. So I didn't try it too much. But a 107-pound axle with those giant tires on the ends of the bar, that's sick enough. To throw in the 10-pound slim sledge, man, lots of respect. He called it the Whitley get-up because I know Dave Whitley will do that in his demonstrations a lot of times. So
nice.
Pretty cool.
Surprised we haven't seen James Fuller getting in on any of that stuff. He's got quite the variety of things in his training. I thought he'd have been all over that. You've seen it there first. Huh.
Yeah, well, I mean, he probably just can't fit it in, dude. He's doing every other feat that you could possibly imagine with hubs. I mean, every week, dude, he's putting up like at least 10, 12 videos of hub feats. And that doesn't even include the other stuff that he's been putting up. So it's just been complete domination up there in Maine of the hubs.
Not easy hub lifts by any stretch either. You know, he's going with the crazy smoked Yorks on a lot of this stuff. So not seeking out the one with the best texture. Just kind of going with the tricky ones. Nice. Yeah, I saw that one with all the weight added. Boy, he's
dude. Did you see the soft bell that he put up?
No, I must have. Oh boy, I don't know. I've seen. Yeah, why don't you tell me about it? I've seen so many of them lately. I kind of lose track.
Yeah, dude, it's like a plate loadable dumbbell that runs through a softball. So instead of grabbing the normal handle, you're grabbing onto a softball grip.
Oh, I see. Yes, yep. I'm watching that right now.
Yeah, if you look quick. And if you look quick and don't read the description, you won't even realize that he's gripping onto a softball. Like I guarantee people were thinking he was just doing that with a regular dumbbell handle, because you can't really, it's easy to slip by your eye, So that was pretty cool. And then these thumbs. You see that?
Yeah, I thought that was one of those like stronger grip, globe grip kind of handle things that he was using.
Right.
So okay.
Same idea.
That's a neat
same exact principle.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah, same exact principle. Yep. And then he came up with a really sick thumb training lift, dude. He's calling it the thumbed rim upright row and press. And he's basically just putting his thumbs inside the rim of a plate and then pulling it up past his face and pressing it overhead. And he's not holding it with his hand at all. He's sticking the thumb into the rim, not the hub, not the inside hub or anything, but like the outside rim. Looks really, really painful. Lots of painful stuff that we're seeing coming through this week for This Week in Grip, man. Lots of stuff you got to really be careful with if you're going to try it out. That I don't know what the risk level is there, but it looks like it couldn't be too comfortable.
Right, yeah. But apparently it pays off, though.
Yeah,
Lifting
absolutely.
A lot of stuff lately. Yep. Cool.
I saw Josh Hensey do something this past week that I've never seen anybody do. And it's not that it was the biggest lift in the world, but I think it's a fantastic idea to try. Did you see where he was lifting the block weight with the lifting plates on the outside of the block weight? So it was basically like a sandwich.
No. Was that on Instagram?
Yes, it was on Instagram.
Oh, darn.
What's his name? It's Onward?
Onward to Adventure. There we go. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Onward to Adventure. You got to check this guy out. This is very interesting. I've never seen anybody do this. It never crossed my mind to try it. And so he says, tonight I heard on This Week in Grip that there is a block weight called the Iron Grip Monster. While I don't have any large block weights to train with, I will be very interested to meet this so-called monster. So he's got a block weight down there. I don't know what that is, and then he's got like 5s on the outside. And he's trying to pick up the whole entire unit with the block weight sandwiched between, okay, so it's a half 90. It's a half 90, maybe iron grip. And then he's got the, oh, okay, so I was incorrect. He doesn't have it sandwiched. He's just got the plates on one side. But it's a great training method, but I thought he actually had them sandwiched. So basically what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to steal the credit for inventing that type of feat with the block weight sandwiched between actual plates. I just totally pirated that feat of strength. See how that works there, Alan? You see how that works?
Yeah, yep.
That's smooth.
Boy, that's a solid lift, though. That looks like.
Yeah.
Are those 5s he tacked on there? I couldn't.
Yeah,
see.
I believe they're 5s. I believe they're 5s.
Oh yeah, so he hit. That's a pretty healthy number. So yeah. Boy.
But imagine how tough that would be if you stuck the 5s on the outside of that, like on each side, not just one side.
Oh right, yeah, yep.
Instead of a few plates that we're trying to slide out, you've got a 45-pound weight in between there that's trying to slide out. I think it's got some potential to be a very humbling feat right there.
That does, yeah. Boy, now we got to find the source for more iron grip monsters, though, is all. That way everybody could participate. Nice. Boy, that would make it crazy wide, though, wouldn't it?
It would make it wide. But the nice thing about those iron grip monsters is they have the straighter edges. So at least for starting out, it would be nice to have those straight edges, and they don't go into a slope like a York blob, and they don't have the the straighter northeast and northwest slopes. So like a hex would have. So it would be cool, man. I think it's like another whole chapter of grip feats for us all to try out.
Yeah, right. Oh, just looking around, seeing what I could experiment that with. I guess I'll have to pick up more stuff. I don't really have anything that the plates would fit against nice like that. So
yeah. Go get more stuff, dude.
Yeah, yep. I'm always looking. It's hard to find around here. So hopefully there's some play it again stuff we're doing here and in South Jersey 4 when that time comes. So
yeah,
we get to score some goods. Okay.
And with that,
on the subject of block weightlifting, looks like Tanner Merkel's brother's got the skills too. Lifted a York blob his first time, no grip training. So I didn't see any background on him. His Instagram is a private account. I didn't attempt to follow or anything like that. But I'm assuming he's a climber or does something along the same lines as Tanner. Otherwise, it's just genetics of some sort. But that's impressive. Just reach down and pick up a blob after never having even seen one before, or heard of it for that matter. So bravo to him. Yeah. So
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it's the first time that he ever did any grip work. With as good as Tanner is, and how he's been around for a few months now, 6+ months. I'm surprised that he hasn't introduced his brother to it. I wonder if there's maybe some heat there between the brothers, and maybe like Tanner wanted to get like a good 6 months head start on his brother before he introduced his brother to it. You know what I mean? I wonder if maybe there's like an underlying story there, maybe some drama, maybe some friction that's kind of coming out to the forefront now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yep. Well, then he should have set him up. He should have said, hey, everybody can lift it that way. You got to lift it by the face then.
Yeah.
Made it even more of a challenge. Yeah, here, broke out the inch dumbbell right away. Maybe they're saving that for later videos. But yeah.
Right.
Cool nonetheless.
Maybe they just don't want all of us to feel any worse about ourselves than we already do, seeing how they're setting up these monster feats and knocking them down left and right.
Yeah, no, I know it. Cool. Oh.
Interesting stuff, man. It's so cool. Some serious freaks walk around out there that don't know how strong they really are.
Yeah. Well, did you catch Mr. Wide Pinch's lift? He had that 1 inch. It was like a D handle, but he lifted it from just one of the handles, 200 kilograms.
No, how did I miss that, dude? I didn't see that. I got to look at that.
It's like one of those chin triangles, but he just lifted on one part of it, so it wasn't rolling per se, but that's quite a lift.
Okay, so you're talking, is it the one that you're talking about? It's like the V-grip handle for rows and stuff? Rows and pull-ups and pull-downs? Okay,
yep.
Yes, I did see that. I was envisioning something else. How much weight is this?
200 kilograms.
Wow. That's good. He's got some, I mean, that's like, I've never attempted that on one of those handles or not, but I mean, that's
a lot of weight
stuff right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Nice.
Really nice. The beard, got rid of the beard, it looks like, dude. He did have the beard going. It was pretty sweet, and then he looks like he knocked it down or totally chopped it off here. What's up with that, weird. You think, dude?
Well, yeah, I don't know, because, Paul Savage seems to think that the beard generates some kind of power based on some of the T-shirts I see him wearing. So, boy, well, I don't know. I guess it didn't hurt his game any. But
no. No. I wonder if there's a new movement going on to get rid of the beards that we don't know about, and it started over in like Norway, Finland, those areas, and yeah.
Yeah, I see Juha's still sporting his, though. Kind of maybe trimmed it down a little bit.
Yeah, he trimmed it down like a day later. It was right back where it was. So, I mean, that's like a Chia Pet beard. He's got the Chia Pet beard, yeah.
Yep.
He's been on a selfie craze lately, dude. Putting up the selfies. Put up the big ab shot the other day, man.
You know what? I tell you,
big old abs.
I saw that picture of him. I thought it looked like he was slimming down quite a bit. Didn't it look like he was?
Yeah, dude.
He was getting pretty trim. Yeah. Yep. Good for him. But haven't seen any grip videos or anything in quite a while.
Yeah.
So.
He's keeping it under lock and key. Who knows what's going on out there, man?
Right.
Some crazy stuff like that. Crazy stuff. Yeah. He'll come out with like 40 videos in a row, just nonchalantly doing stuff. Big old highlight reels. You know how it is, man.
Well, yeah, maybe
gotta get those highlight reels going sometimes.
Right. I'm waiting for any day now. He's going to put in the request for that MM7 certification. So hopefully that's still on his radar. Yep. Knock that one down. So cool. Okay. Oh, speaking of certifications, I saw Josh Odell on the grip board. I forgot to mention this one. It sounds like he sent in the request to Ironmind. It looks like he wants to try to cert the 3.
Oh. Cool, good for him.
Yep. Sounded like he'd taken a crack at it before and things didn't go his way, but now it looks like training's been going pretty good. He's had quite a few videos out there. Things are looking easy. So, nice. Maybe now's the time. So, yeah. And with that I am gutted. I got nothing left now.
Oh no, you're gutted. That's another good one. I got 2 other tidbits here, bro. Dustin McFarland said that he heard in the Higa Monster Rolling Thunder Challenge out west last week that he wasn't there, but he heard the best lift was 166.5 pounds, and it was 8 people competing at a open gym at a CrossFit gym. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you for reporting back. I mean, dude, we've got a lot of great people that are doing the reporting. They're journalizing for us. True journalism qualities going on across the entire world for This Week in Grip. So I really appreciate people sending stuff in like that. James Fuller and the contest write-ups that we've read. Like the wig thing earlier, I really appreciate it, man, because there hasn't been a ton of feats going on, so it's nice to hear from people with their actual experiences. And again, if you can experience a competition or a group get-together or a demonstration or something like that, if it's near you guys, you got to get out to it. I'll close on this, Alan, and I'll turn it over to you. Our buddy Odd Quad has made his own anvil horn attachment, and he's calling it right now the Unnamed Anvil Trainer. So let's look for updates coming from that. It looked real pretty. It looked like he turned it on a lathe himself. Another skill and piece of tooling that would be just amazing to have as a gripster. So can't wait to see more on that. And with that, Alan, the show is yours, brother.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, that's episode 18 of This Week in Grip in the books. Just want to say good luck at Nationals next week, Jedd, and everybody
Thanks,
else
dude.
competing. Hopefully we see some records broken, some new faces. I'll be real anxious to see how some of the newer guys in grip do. Tanner and Phil and everybody out there. So good luck. Everyone, make sure you like the video and share it. Keep giving us the good information to work with. Keep on with the write-ups. And we'll be back next week with another one. We'll see you then.